Here waiting for connections to connect. So welcome. We are here live on Instagram and Facebook entertaining your questions. So this is a chance to ask a question and receive some clarity about what's going on, why you're struggling, why you're having a hard time. Maybe you're trying to make a choice between two different things. I can measure the calibration of each. Nice to see you, Andrea and Crystal. And if there is some trouble on Facebook, you can always come on Instagram where it seems to be a lot better, and Kimberly Sherry Official. So we show up here every week, every Tuesday until my mentoring program is complete. We've got, let's see, 3 or 4 more weeks. And we show up here at noon on Tuesdays. And then on Fridays, we show up at Fridays at 11:11 for Friday's inspiration. So if you have a question or you want me to look at something, post it in the comments and I'll take a peek and we'll see what we have. Okay, so why are you having trouble sleeping? This is Erica is wondering, am I just releasing a lot? Well, let's see what's getting lit up. So you have some, it's like your thinking is taking over. It's like it's waking you up. And it's thoughts that you're entertaining. These are 1% thoughts or thinking. It relates to this idea that we're all free range slaves, things that relate to that there's nothing we can do about what we see going on the planet. And so these thoughts, it's like they're waking you up. And so that's one thing. And then also you're releasing a lot in your root. And so you don't have a grounding cord, Erica. So that's what will happen when we don't have a place to release all of the energies that are happening in our body. If they don't have a place to release to, they're just going to stir in our energy field. And so I'm not surprised that it's also waking you up because there's just a lot of anxiety. So maybe you can let me know if that's what you're experiencing. In the meantime, let's give you a grounding cord. So we're just going to establish that line of energy from the base of the spine all the way down into the center of our planet Earth. Any other questions, please post so I can have something else to look at. Okay, great. Thanks, Pete. I'll get to you in just a minute. Okay, Erica, so now you have a really good grounding cord. The earth energy is coming up through your legs. You don't have a worry circle. And then let me check the energies at your sixth chakra. Yeah, so there's some, those beliefs that you feel a little powerless over what's going on in your life. So let's just clear that out of your sixth chakra where you hold all your beliefs. Okay, great. Okay, good. So see if that doesn't help. Give us a report back on how you're sleeping. Okay, great. So let's see about Pete. Why am I having such bad luck? Oh, what a great question. So let's take a look at you, Pete. So I'm guessing that part of this relates financially because you have a really low money vibration. And so you can let me know if some of this is true or not. And it could also relate to in the love department because your heart is also very closed down. It's only open 15%. So it kind of feels like maybe the world's against you right now. So let's let's work both of those energies. One, the money vibration. And so everybody who's on the call right now who is experiencing trouble financially, you can all do this. So we're just going to use our free imagination here. And so I want you to imagine a huge pile of money sitting out in front of you. And if you have, you can put things in it like Bitcoins or gold bars or gems, or maybe you need a car or a new place to live. You could put all of that in this money pile. And so we're going to imagine putting a grounding cord from the bottom of this money pile all the way to the center of the earth from the money pile. So this is separate from your grounding cord. Okay, great. And so we're going to start releasing all the people and their energies, their beliefs that are in your money pile, bringing the money pile down. So first, let's see if your parents, that's whether they're dead or alive, because we're talking about their beliefs. So let's see your father first. So we're working with Pete. So your dad's not in your money pile. How about your mom? Yes, so some of that martyr kind of struggling, suffering energy. Just going to send that down the grounding. Excellent. Okay, great. And so then let's see if maybe a partner, if you have a partner, or ex-partners. Yes, it looks like there's an X in your money pile still. So just send them down that grounding cord. Okay, good. And then let's check if there's any well-meaning friends. Yes. So they mean well, but if they have lack mindsets, it's going to bring your money mindset down as well, or the beliefs around your money. They can get into our own money piles. And so, there's a saying that our income is going to be the average sum of the 5 wealthiest people that we hang around with. So if we're hanging around with a bunch of people who don't are also in the lack mindset and not making money, that's just going to rub off on us. Okay, so well-meaning family, great, and well-meaning friends, family, and then let's do things like work colleagues or clients, business partners. Okay, none of those things. So let's check your money pile now, Pete. Okay, so now your money pile is at infinity. That's where we want your money pile to be. But there's a next step. So next, we're going to imagine a liquid gold stream of energy coming out of this money pile, and it's going to go up above our crown into our creative rings that are stacked above our head. If you don't know how many you have, doesn't matter. This still works. So you're just going to imagine that this liquid gold stream of energy is passing down through the rings above your head, coming into your crown. So this is where you give yourself permission. Like we give ourselves permission to have, be, and do with money as you choose. So right here in the crown, we're going to pull in, there's a circle around here, just like there is at the root. We're going to pull in this circle of energy at the crown that goes out to the 3rd layer. So it's like you don't have your permission to access this higher money vibration, to give yourself permission to have it. Okay, so we're just pulling that in. Excellent. And then this high money vibration, this liquid gold stream of energy is going to come down into your crown. It's going to pass through the central core channel, spilling all the way down your grounding. So I'm just going to check each chakra on the way down, because you want all of the chakras to be aligned with this high money vibration. So your 7, 6, 5. So right in the heart. Let's go out to the third layer, and we're going to pull in all of those judgments, all the ways that you've been making yourself wrong, all the coulda, woulda, shouldas with money. We're just going to let all that past stuff go because it's not serving you now in this present moment, which is the only place we can create any changed potentials for the future is in the present moment. But we need to be completely available for that. So let's see, 765. So in the heart, we're letting go of those judgments. Just drop it down the grounding. So as we go back to bringing this liquid gold down through the heart and the solar plexus and the second chakra, spilling down the root. Great. Let's bring this high vibration of money up the front. Through the second and the third. So it's stopping at the solar plexus. Let's go out to that third layer, and we're going to pull in all the effort, all the pushing, chasing, forcing of energy. It's a very masculine energy. That's how most people have been trained on how to make money, manage money, manifest money, is you have to work hard for your money. Like that, they believe that's an actual true thing. And I'm not saying you can't make money that way. You can't make money the hard way. You can. But there's a more effortless way. And it's not sitting under your money tree meditating. It has to do with what we're doing here. And in addition, activating the feminine energy in the solar plexus. The feminine energy is like the magnet. It pulls energies to you. So it's an inward energy. The masculine energy is an outward energy. So it has nothing to do with being like feminine, like all girly. We're not talking about that. Everybody needs feminine energy. It's a balance of the masculine and feminine. So in this solar plexus, your feminine energy is only operating at 15%. So it's all about hard work in that solar plexus. So there's two things that we're going to do. We're going to go to the sixth chakra, and we're going to let go of some beliefs here that say that the feminine energy is a weak energy. So it's totally not a weak energy. Sometimes women can be weaker if they believe that they are weaker. And yes, we have less muscle power. But the feminine energy is a very, very powerful energy. It's introspective. That's where our intuition lies. It's the energy of the heart. And okay, good. 6, 5, 4, 3. This also go down to the root. We're going to let go of another belief that it's not safe to run feminine energy, like it makes us vulnerable somehow. Okay, good. So now let's see where that feminine energy is in the solar plexus. Okay, so now it's at 100%. So you have the masculine outward energy that gets stuff done, and now you have your feminine energy that can attract and pull things to you, opportunities, clients, whatever that can help you generate money. This is the effortless approach. So as we're bringing this money up through the solar plexus, heart, throat, 6 crown rings, and then it's going to cascade down through all the layers of your aura. We're going to pay special attention to the third layer that's connected to the solar plexus, and especially around the throat, where maybe you're having a hard time talking about your business. And so we're just releasing more of the effort around making money in this solar plexus. Okay, great. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to jump out to the 15th layer of your aura. Just imagine you know where that is. And we're going to lift this 1% energy up out of this 15th layer. It's mostly up around the crown and 6th chakra. And then we're going to allow this high vibration of money to seep down through this 15th layer, recalibrating that. Okay, great. Then we're going to do the same thing with the 30th layer, only this is the reptilian energy. So we're going to start at the bottom, lift their energy up and out. So that's mostly up at the 6th and 7th as well. Okay, great. And then let's allow that high money vibration to seep down through this 30th layer. So we can recalibrate that layer in a high vibration of money. Excellent. And then last but not least, you're going to bring this high money vibration from your upper 4 chakras, so your heart, throat, 6 crown, and then all of your rings above your head. You're going to bring all of that energy out the right arm. So I'm going to just help you pull that energy out the right arm so that you can give out into the world and out into the economy. And then we're going to bring the fingertips together so you can allow yourself to receive. So you're actually ready to receive. Your receiving channels are open and ready, but there's been all this other misalignment happening. So if you brought anything in, it's going to feel hard, and it would feel, all these lower vibrations. So we're bringing that through the front and back of the heart, throat, 6 crown rings. Okay, good. Awesome. So hopefully you helped other people with all of that as well. And just a quick peek at the heart, which was only 15% open. Let's see if changing some of this didn't release some of the judgments that you're holding against yourself. Like maybe you're judging yourself around money. It's causing you to close your heart. Like maybe not feeling worthy or deserving of love. Like you have to buy it or something like that. That's not a literal thing, but okay. So anyway, the heart. Yes, awesome. Heart is open 100% now. So just notice, feel into if any of this feels different, and post a comment so you can let other people know how this has affected you, how it works. I know it works. I already know this works, but other people don't. So it's helpful if you can share something. Okay, great. Let's see if maybe you already did share something and I missed it. Okay, good. So let's see. Everything is so true of what you said. Okay, great. Thanks for sharing that. And you are welcome, Pete. So good luck with that, and let us know. Come back if you start to make some money. And you know, it's really important that any money that shows up, even if it's just money in the parking meter or a dime on the ground, or maybe you find a few bucks in your pocket that you didn't know when you're doing laundry. I mean, it could be really small things, but it's a matter of creating the energy of practicing gratitude and appreciation for everything, every financial boost, even if it seems little and insignificant, like it might not make much of a difference immediately. But it's the practice of showing gratitude and appreciation so the universe can give us more of what we're grateful for. So just a little tip there. Okay, great. It's good to see so many of you on. And let's see what others we have here. Crystal wants me to look at her relationship with her daughter. Okay, well, first thing that I like to look at is courting. Are you courting to each other, which is like a silent form of manipulation? So, Crystal, you're not courted to your daughter. Let's see if she's courted to you. Yes, in your 6th chakra, she wants to know what's on your mind. In your heart, so maybe she's trying to make you feel guilty, like trying to guilt you into allowing her to do things or have things or whatever. And also in your root. So maybe you could let me know how old she is. We want to keep those roots connected to parents up until, they start disconnecting between 7 and 12. So I can't remember how old your daughter is. So maybe you could let me know, and then we'll know if we should take her out of your root chakra. So, but first, in the meantime, let's take her out of your sixth chakra so you won't be confused about your relationship with her, what's going on with her. Chords here will create a lot of confusion if they're not your thoughts. And then we're going to take her out of your heart, or you can. I know you know how to do this stuff. So take her out of your heart. And then I'll check and see if you told me what age she was. Resume. It does. Okay. And Pete is letting me know that it does feel different. My body feels free and less weight on my back. Excellent. Yeah, we're doing real stuff here for sure. Okay, so Crystal's daughter is 13. So yes, she can get disconnected from you at your root, and we'll make sure she has her own grounding cord. Okay, so yeah, take her out of your root as well. Excellent. And we'll make sure she's grounded, so that's good. Yeah. And as a reminder, um, Crystal, you can put up an avatar for your relationship with your daughter, and then you just run the energy through the avatar to check and see how everything's going. So I'll do this really quick for you. So we'll just make sure the avatar's grounded and the energy through the legs. Is there a worry circle? Yes, so there's a worry circle out to that third layer. So in this space, 13 is that age where, she's starting to step into more of her independence. And it seems like girls are doing that a lot younger nowadays. So there is fear in this space about her stepping into her power. As parents, hold space for all of this. It's not an easy job. I know, I've done it. Okay, good. And then as we bring Pure Source down through the creative rings and into the crown, 6, 5, 4. So right at the heart, there's some energy out to the third layer. So maybe she feels like she has to prove that she's worthy of your love or your respect or whatever, maybe earning some allowance. So we're just going to take all this proving energy out of the heart of the avatar so that neither of you have to prove anything. You can just commune and be with each other, accepting each other as you are. Okay, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Looks good. And then coming back up the front. 5, 6, 7. Okay, great. And then the aura. Clear that third layer so there's not all that effort in this relationship space. Okay. Okay, that looks good. And then the circle of reciprocity. That also looks good. Well, excellent. Good luck with your daughter, and keep us posted. Okay, let's see, what else do we have here? Z. Clearing resistance to receiving. Hang on just a minute. Okay. So your circle of reciprocity is blocked. So let's clear that. As you're bringing the energy, so you're grounded, good. As you're bringing that energy out that right arm, so the resistance is less about receiving and more about giving. Like there's not even any giving to activate the whole circle. Okay, great. So you put those fingertips together and okay, so you receive part way. So it comes up to the elbow. So you like partially receive and then things fall apart. So bring in this receiving all the way. Now you can run this circle. I know you know how to do this stuff, but it doesn't work if you don't use it. Kind of like dental floss. If it's sitting in your drawer, you will get gingivitis, and it's not going to help with that unless you actually use it. So use your circle of reciprocity to clear these energies. Okay, coming down through the heart. So clear the judgments in the heart as this energy is passing through. All the coulda, woulda, shouldas. Anything that makes you feel like you're being punished. So a lot of punishment energy in your heart. Okay, good. And through the throat and the six and the crown and the rings. Okay, good. Now your circle of reciprocity is flowing, Z. Keep it going. Keep it working. Okay. Great. I see some new people on here. If you have a question, let me know. So, Roma, can you please check when is a good time for me to move into a new country? Ooh, I feel stronger and stronger that I have to move on. I would not disagree with that at all since I've been there. I understand why you would feel that way. Of course, we love London, right? But a lot of really, really heavy, heavy energies there. So, moving to another country, in and of itself, that vibrates at infinity. So, it would be even better if you got more specific about which country, and then we could check the vibration of that and see how that goes. Hey, Randall, thanks for showing up on Facebook. If it's really challenging, go over to Instagram, Kimberly Sherry Official, because the connection here on Facebook not so good. Okay, good. Yes, so definitely moving on for Roma, definitely a good idea. So if you have an idea of which country, and because I don't think you wanted to move back home, but let's give me a country and I'll measure it. Yes, see, we already did a money clearing, so you're welcome, Pete. Crystal wants us to check her resume temperature. Like, what is your resume vibe at? What a great question. It's vibrating at infinity. And so from there, let's just see if you're aligned with your resume and all of your chakras. So right at the solar plexus, there's effort there. So go into your solar plexus, pull that effort out of the solar plexus. Send that down the grounding so that your resume, it doesn't feel like you go into effort when you're, because I think you're working on getting a job again. Okay. Okay, so that's better. That's more aligned. So great question. Z is feeling reinvigorated. Great. Did that. Okay. Any other questions? So for those of you who are just getting on, post a question or something you want me to look at, and I will do that. Okay, good. Thank you. From Italy. Very nice having you here, Lorenzo. I appreciate all your thanks, but that doesn't give me anything to look at. So, how many months is the best hike? I guess best time. Okay, yes, time. So like when should you move? In how many months? Let's see. 5. I'm getting 5. So that would take us to, what is this? October, November, December, January, February, March. So in the spring. Yeah, that sounds like a good time. Excellent. Awesome. I'm curious to know where you're going. Canary Islands. Awesome. Italy, Greece, Bali, Costa Rica. Well, let's measure each of these. And so this is a great example of how these calibrations can help with all kinds of decisions. So Canary Islands, 500, vibrates it at 500. So that means like, yeah, you like that idea, but it's not necessarily aligned. Okay, so Italy, and these are kind of like a big swath of like, a country. And then if it's a high vibration, then you could narrow it down to a city. So Italy, that's at infinity. So great. Greece, that's at 500. Bali, that's at infinity. I love Bali. And Costa Rica, that's at 250,000. So it looks like Italy and Bali are right now your best bets. So cool. Keep me posted. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so Z, can you tell me if I'm going to win the stock market? No, I would never tell you that, just so you know. Um, Although I will tell you that on Friday, I'm doing Friday's inspiration. I'll give you guys a little heads up. Friday's inspiration on whether or not gambling is unspiritual. So there's a way to work with gambling energy in a way that can benefit you. So that's just a little teaser. But no, I don't foretell the future. So I will not be able to tell you if you're going to win the stock market. Because the stock market is yeah, that's a whole different ball game. Okay, let's see over here on Facebook. We have some great questions. Okay, Allison, clearing grief out of your body. Okay, great. Um, let's see. First, I want to measure and see how much grief Allison has. I think so. It's at 95%. So let's find out where this is. Grief. So in the sixth chakra, right here, in your beliefs, out to the third layer. So we're going to pull in the energy at the sixth chakra. So the beliefs around grieving and being sad and feeling it, what you're feeling, what grief is it's that feeling of separation, like you've been separated from that person. Well, at least this is what I'm getting, that it's the grief is about. So the death of someone. Your mother keeps showing up. So maybe you could let me know if that's accurate or not. But anyway, so at the sixth chakra, and then in the heart, out to that third layer. So pull in more judgment there at the heart. Sometimes you feel the grief as it's coming out. Just going to drop these energies down the grounding. So a thing about grief, like when we're clearing these energies, this is not like spiritual bypassing, like, well, let's just jump over grief and then we can get away from it. That's not what this is. This is actually eliminating the grief that is in our energy field. There is a certain time period where we do grieve, but when it's carried on and on and on for a very long time, it's no longer serving us, and there's other things going on. That's when it's time to do what we're doing here and find the grief so that you can move forward. It doesn't mean that you love the person any less. Sometimes people use grief as an indicator of how much they love the person. So that's not accurate. So we're just letting go of this grief in the second chakra. That lower belly in that second chakra is where we process a lot of emotional energy. Okay, great. So let's remeasure the grief. There's still 15% left. So let's see where that last little bit is. I'm going to go back up to the sixth chakra, out to the 10th layer. So the 10th layer relates to the spiritual realm. So maybe there's this belief that you can't connect to her, or you've tried and you're not able. So the messages that come through the spiritual realm are very subtle. They're very subtle, and unless we're in our bodies all the way, which you are not, you're only in your body 15%. So it's going to be harder to hear the messages of the spiritual realm when they are communicating with us. If we're only in our body 15%, we're not going to be available for the information that's coming in. So let's sixth chakra. Okay. 10th layer. So we're going to pull in this belief that's saying that I can't connect with my mom or whoever this loved one is that's passed on. Okay, great. So you actually can, but you need to be fully present to hear the answers. And with that much grief, holding that much grief, I get that it's not comfortable to be in the body. So now that we've let go of the grief, let's get you back in your body so you can be available for the messages that are coming in. So let's see where you are now. So you're 95% in your body now. Let's see where that last 5% is. Right in the heart, out to that third layer. So just more of the grief and the loss and the pain. And maybe there's some, it felt like there was some unfinished business with your mom, that you didn't get to complete some things. And that can still be done even though she's gone. I've done this with my father after he passed. So it can be done. Okay. So let's see if you're in your body all the way now. 100%. So it would be helpful if you could let us know if you feel a difference. Do you feel a little calmer, maybe a little more present, maybe a little more alert? So those could all be indications of being a little more present. And then the grief is now at 0. So that's not to say that there might be new waves that come back, and as the grief is passing through, sometimes it comes in waves, and just allowing yourself to allow it to pass through and release. Yeah. So best of luck with that, Allison, and sending condolences for your loss. Yeah. Okay, great. All right, Joanne, would you take a look at my mom? So I don't know what that means, if this is a test. Take a look at your mom. Okay, let's see. What do we want to know about your mom? First of all, let's see if she's courting to you. She is not. So neither of you are courting to each other. And since we're bringing up this about death, I'm assuming that your mom has crossed over. Um, if I'm not correct, let me know. But either way, you wanted me to take a look at her. Um, hmm. Okay, so I'm getting that she has crossed on because there's no fear, there's no anger, she's not in her body. So let's see if she's ascended. So this is one of the things that I help people who have crossed over to do is to ascend. So there's a scale that I don't know, it was just given to me through spirit, that there's a minus and a plus. So that goes to minus 30, which is where Hitler is. And then there's a plus 30 where like all of the ascended masters are, and it's where you ascend when after you cross over. So let's see where your mom is. She's at a minus. So she had was struggling when she crossed over, and she's still unresolved with those struggles. It's only at a -5, but let's help her ascend, which is, I'm guessing, why you came here today. So let's see what your mom was working on. In her root, not feeling safe to really be in her power. So whatever that looked like. Okay, great. And then also in her sixth chakra, there were some beliefs that kept her in that feeling of being powerless. So we're going to pull that in. Okay, so let's see where she is now. She's on the plus side. She's at a +5. Let's see if she's ready to go higher or if she's going to stay right there for the time being, because sometimes they need time to integrate. So let's see if she's ready to keep going. Okay, I'm getting a no. So she's going to be acclimating here. And when they're at this +5, it's at a plane or a dimension or a level, whatever you want to call it, where there is a greater chance of hearing their communication because they're kind of a little bit more on the earthly plane, even though they may have crossed over.